welcome to another exciting episode of Modest Mind. Our topic today is an interesting one, polygamy. And, well, today we're going to talk about situations where polygamy is allowed and situations where we think polygamy shouldn't be practiced. But we have a sheikh here
Shit.
to introduce himself to us. You're welcome.
Right. Thank you so much, Usama. My name is Samir Mukhtar. Yes, and I'm a broadcast journalist or a communicator. But then I'm also a student of knowledge, not yet a scholar. Some people prefer calling us youngster sheikh, like that's how they call us, But I don't even think I'm a youngster sheikh. I'm just a student of knowledge. I will pick lessons from the scholars. Yeah, thank you.
And we
We have Nurul Huda. Yeah,
Inshallah.
I'm a graduate and a businesswoman.
hey.
Mm.
Okay, so Amir,
No.
what do you what's polygamy?
Well, my teacher said anything that you hear poly, it means it's more. Yeah. When you hear polyclinic, it means like more clinics
Yeah.
at a place, at a time. So polygamy, the gamy here is marriage.
Okay.
Okay, so polygamy is when a man is allowed to marry more than one woman. Okay, and I think there are instances where, or some cultures where a woman marries more than one man, and then I think it's poly something something. Is it polyandry or something like that? Yeah, polyandry. Yes. So this poly thing is more. Yeah. So in fact, if we are getting money, we need it in polys. Yeah. So polygamy is actually a man who is entitled to more than one wife, like legally. Okay, yeah, that's polygamy in short.
Okay, Buddha, what about you?
I think he just explained everything I would say.
Can a man be polygamous and not be married?
Like I mentioned, in this case, we are talking about legally. Okay, you need to be polygamous because the word polygamy is actually a marriage something, is marital. So when you're not married and then you have more than one woman, I mean, you are seeing or you're in a relationship with more than one woman, but you are not married to them, and so that one we don't say it's
polygamy.
polygamy. Yeah, you are actually seeing more than one woman. Sometimes we even call you a cheat, because sometimes you're a cheat. It's actually because polygamy is something that is legal. Okay, and in fact, you don't even have to marry the second wife or the other wife secretly when others are not even aware. Yeah, that's why it should be legal. Okay, you're entitled to more than one exactly.
Okay. And then when it comes to the deen, how would you portray polygamy?
Good. So normally, like I was telling you earlier on, I don't like talking about such topics because they are very sensitive and emotional. Okay. Some people are very, 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 very emotional about some of these topics. We try to include our feelings and hopes when it comes to some of these things. So normally, when I'm talking about such topics, I talk about it from two angles. Okay, we have the religious angle. Okay, then I talk about the social aspect of it. You understand? Now, when you are talking about the deen, we are talking about Islam, right? Good. So the Quran stated clearly, Quran made it permissible for a man to have more than one wife. Okay, I'm saying wife, like for a man to have more than one wife, and that is in the chapter. Is in an amazing chapter actually, the chapter of women. You understand? Exactly. That's Quran chapter 3. And the Quran chapter 3 is actually the chapter of women where Almighty Allah talks about women. You understand? Exactly. And then you don't have to go far in that same chapter, just chapter 3, verse 3. Okay, just verse 3, the third verse. Allah talk about Yeah, that's the famous, I mean, the most popular
Exactly.
verse that women know, you know. And there's a way, and the verse that men like, you know, every man, even if the person doesn't know
They
anything
like
in
it,
the
but they
Quran,
don't understand it.
exactly that they like that verse. I mean, every man's favorite verse, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, every Muslim man's favorite verse in the Quran. And then is the verse that women actually hate, kind of, you know. Yes, there are actually some verses too that they like. Yes. So when you look at Quran chapter 3, verse 3, actually just 3, you see that rhymes. So so Almighty Allah, you know, He made it permissible for a Muslim man that you should marry from the women that you love. Okay. So it means that you need to look at the person, like you don't just, because you are allowed to marry, you don't just go and say, okay, so I can marry like 4, 3, so let me just start, you know.
Marry.
No. You need to marry the ones that you love. You understand? You like. It means that you need to love the first wife, you need to love the second wife, you need to love. Yeah, I'll come and talk about that because I think that's where the problem is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
that
most
is where the
important thing.
problem always is.
Mhm.
So we'll talk about that. But you need to marry from the women that you love. You know, someone loves, like, you know, a slim, tall, you know. Yes, someone love like women with, yeah, you understand? Yeah. Someone like women with, I mean, just the long nose.
Mhm.
Like, you know, they like that nose, and, you know, her looks, black beauty, she's fair, she's this, you know. In Hausa, the Hausa people, you know, some of them like fair women to the extent that they be like, Farakomaya. Now, once you, you know, you've heard that statement.
Exactly.
Farakomaya, and that's extreme, actually. That is extreme. Farakomaya. In fact, like, she should be fair, even if she's a witch. Just imagine.
Okay.
Just imagine. It's extreme.
Mhm.
Yes, but that's just an exaggeration, actually. Yes. So you should marry from the women, like those that you love, okay? And then Almighty Allah started with 2, okay? He said, Mathna, right?
Yeah.
Wa thulatha wa ruba'. Yes. So marry 2, 3, or 4. And then at the end of the verse, Allah said what? وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا فَوَاحِدًا, right? If you fear,
Yeah.
okay, that you're going to be unjust to these women, then you should go with just one wife. In fact, it didn't even end there, because I'm telling you something today, like, it didn't even end there. And Allah continued by saying, Awma malakat aymanukum.
Aymanukum.
Now, the scholars of Quran, the Awma malakat aymanukum, like, or what your right hand possesses. It means that there are people who don't even qualify to marry one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You get it? Exactly. So sometimes I think our understanding, sometimes it's kind of low. We don't really get, because it didn't even end at 1. It means there are some people who didn't even qualify to marry even one woman.
Yeah.
You understand? Exactly. But the question that a lot of people raise is that, okay, so they say you should be just. Can you be just? Can you love all of them the same? Can you love all of them the same? You know, the just here, number one, like, we have issues of hearts. Okay, you have issues of the hearts. Even a mother, okay, who give birth to her own children, you know, by virtue, she needs to love all of them the same. You need to. I don't see why a mother or a father, a parent, should love other children. You understand? Some
More
of
than the other.
exactly. I don't.
Sometimes I think it's impossible to love them equally,
So why?
because maybe due to a particular kid's behavior or how they
Yeah,
are.
personality.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good. That answers my question, actually. So, in this case, when it comes to responsibility, are you going to do it the same before? Because some of the kids are stubborn or something, or their behavior is nothing to write home about. So, when it comes to responsibility, are you going to do it the same?
Oh yes, I would, because like you pay the same school fees, provide them food and everything. So
Good. So now we go back to the heart.
Mhm.
So the affection, okay, it goes to those who, yeah, and you listen to you more. The love is there, like, that's passion and mercy. You understand? So you tend to have some affection for them. Do you understand? So in terms of marriage, or in the case of marriage, what happens is the 2 women or 3 women, you need to cater for all of them the same. Under no circumstance should you say, okay, because she doesn't respect me, and so today I have to deny her this and that.
For him.
Man, you haven't been just. You don't qualify. Do you understand? Under no circumstance. You don't have to use issues of emotions. No. You need to be just. And then you don't say, okay, because she cooks better, I always want to come
She's
to.
hair better
No,
than
no, no.
the rest.
None of those things. You need to treat them equally in terms of things that you need to give out and the days that you need to spend with them. It's just like a parent, okay? She was the same person that even raised them. Just imagine. She was the same. So who should even be blamed for the other child going wayward or something like that? Who should be blamed? The first person should be blamed.
Parents.
The parents. But even these parents, okay, in her heart, she knows that I like this child more. You understand? But in her brother, this thing, she loved all her children though. Do you understand? They are still her children. You understand? But then she should be the first person to even be blamed. But when it comes to issues of responsibilities and things, she does it for them. It's just like the women, some of these women, sometimes you are in the house with a woman. Do you understand? Let me give you an example. I have a cousin, okay? A cousin who married like 2 women. Okay, he married the first wife, and then, it was bad. It was really, 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 really bad. Like some of the things you hear, and then it was very bad experience. And then this was the same man. She was the only woman who he married her, and then he took her to school. He paid for her fees to go in school and things, but yet still it was bad. Now he married another woman. He didn't divorce her. Then he married a second woman. So I remember one time I visited him, and then it's outside Accra, and then he was telling me about his second wife, Usama. He was telling me about the second wife. To an extent, when she was in labor, she was pregnant. She was in labor, and we all know that. I'm a father, so I know what some of these things means. So she was in labor. She had few hours to deliver, and then he was in fasting, and it was dawn. So the man or the husband was supposed to have suhoor. Okay, and she felt like she needs to always prepare suhoor for her husband. The second one. Even though the husband don't think it's her responsibility, looking at her situation and things.
He doesn't force her.
Yeah,
to.
but she just feel like I need to make my husband feel good. I need to make sure he eats and something. You understand? And while she was in labor suffering, she was like, sorry, I couldn't prepare something for you for suhoor today. Kindly forgive me, but there's some porridge yesterday. Can I please prepare it for you? You understand? Can I just heat that porridge for you to manage it? And he was telling me, he vowed, he said, Amir, if I get money, I would make sure she go for Hajj or Umrah.
Oh, mashallah.
That's me.
I hope you are getting the
Yeah,
picture.
I get it.
Do you understand? So if you were the man, let's just be honest. If you were the man, these 2 women,
I've heard a similar story.
just
That
Exactly.
the first wife, she was okay. She was good. She would pray and all of that. But then, sometimes when it's during Ramadan, it's always not compulsory for the women to
go to the masjid. Yeah.
masjid. So he would come back and realize that she's asleep. Like he married a second wife, and every time he comes, like she's doing her nafila, like she's
They're praying.
Exactly.
and all of that. So
State of worship. And then he loved that. You understand?
Exactly.
So if you're the man, obviously you know that you kind of have some serious
Yeah.
that. You understand?
The love here would be more than
That's the issue of the matters of the heart.
exactly.
But when it comes to responsibilities, okay, in terms of giving them money, taking care of them, providing shelter, everything. In fact, even intimacy. Do you understand? Exactly. You don't have to say that, because you are very respectful and things. So I have to deny you. But if you do that, any man who is doing that, if you are watching me right now, because your other wife respects you so much, and then you think that you deny her and things, lie. You should prepare your answers. You should go and give it to Allah on Judgment Day. Just prepare your answers, okay? Because Allah will ask you. It's obvious. Allah will ask you. So just go and find a notes, okay? When you die, you let us know. We'll bury you with the notes, okay? When you get there, and then you read it for Allah. Exactly. So you don't use that as a yardstick to punish her, and you don't have the you don't have the this thing to say that okay, I'm punishing her. You can't punish her. Yeah, but that's her behavior. You can talk to her, maybe. You understand?
Try it.
Exactly. So I think that is, I don't know if I've explained the issue of love,
Oh, you
or
have.
the loving them the same, or being just and fair. So the fairness is giving all of them everything the same, and sometimes it should even be in the heart. It shouldn't even be as though like
Obvious.
be obvious. Like just like a father and children. Sometimes you love one more, but it's
obvious.
It's not obvious, but and they even know, but like it's not too obvious. It should be like that, exactly. But honestly speaking, I know most men feel, we understand, yeah, they tend to make it obvious, and they come.
Sometimes maybe it's not even intentional.
Exactly. So I think that is the issue of how do you call it, the fairness, exactly, from the religious perspective. Yes, polygamy.
But
So
it's not because we say it's not intentional. You do it and come and say you did it intentionally.
no.
You know what you're doing.
No, but you don't even have to come and then tell your wife that me, I love you more because
Yeah, I love you more than
no,
the other.
no,
So be jealousy.
exactly. Yeah, man, you can't even do that.
Yeah.
There's this story, our beloved prophets. Okay, there was a time his wives, they were jealous. Okay, so you know what women can do? Like they were like, you know what? Today, they had a meeting. Charlie, women, they had a meeting. All the women, they had a meeting. And they were like, we want you to tell us among us, who do you love most? Said, yeah. All right. So he asked them to give him some time, and then he will get back to them. You know what he did? When he visits them in their homes or in their rooms, then he give them date. Okay, he gave each of them a date fruits. He gave all of them date fruits, one after the other. So the day came, the D-Day, they start. So you promise us today, you tell us. He said, you know what? I don't want to say or mention the name here so that some of you feel or something, but the one that received the date fruit from me is the one that I love most.
That was so smart.
Exactly. You understand? But they all knew that he had his favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, but it wasn't too
Yeah.
so you see, so one of the qualification as a man, one of the qualifications is that you should be smart.
Yeah.
You should be smart. Okay. Usama, I mostly I have problem with men, okay, when they want to marry more.
Yeah.
Because you see, you want to marry, maybe you see Huda, and then you want to marry Usama, and then you are with Huda, you want to marry Usama. Now you go, most men, that's what they do, they start spoiling her to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But why should you do that?
Exactly.
Let her understand that you love your first wife, like you love her.
But then
You're
you
not
just want another.
exactly. There was an instance, I was seated in a shop, and then we were having a conversation some time ago, and then they were like, the woman was like, somebody came to buy something from her shop, and then the man was complaining his wife, she is doing this, she is doing that, and then he was with a friend, and the friend was like, you know what, marry another woman, she will be straight.
Yeah, that's the advice always.
Then I was not even invited, and I chipped in, and I was like, you know what, personally, I think this is one of the bad advice that Zongo men have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bad advice. Look, when you are with a woman and there's nothing you can do, divorce her. No, I think that when there's no way out,
Yeah, just let her go.
exactly, it's divorce. So you go your separate ways. That's
You have to.
but you say you are bringing another woman, it's like you're punishing her, like you're going to punish her. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. And these men don't even have the capability of taking care of
You see,
children.
that's another problem. Just because she's bad, or you think you're not vibing or something, you want to bring another woman. And wallahi, that's a philosophy. Most men that marry more than one, most men that marry more than one in Zangu is because he's having a bad experience
Exactly.
with
But there's a problem.
exactly
They
with the
wouldn't sit, solve it, and then they would jump to another one.
jump to another.
Sometimes even their mothers
Exactly.
just because
And like one woman, there are about how many women in Ghana go to Zongo, so many women. One woman is giving you a headache.
And
And you are supposed to stay with
in
her.
people's homes, so they won't convince you that it's a normal thing to do. And even if you don't want to do it, they think that your wife is the one convincing you not to do that kind of thing, and that maybe she has done something to you. and
Exactly.
blah, blah, blah thing.
So you don't say that you are bringing another woman to punish your wife because you are not you are not getting on well or something, and then you have to sit down, look at sort out the differences, solve your problems if you can. But if things are not working, Genuinely.
There's no way.
There's no way. For me, I think the only way out is to go your separate ways respectfully.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And not to bring another woman that you are going to. So it means that bringing the woman is not an honest action. You understand? It's not an honest step to bring her in the equation. You understand?
Yeah.
And back to my first point, like some of these men, you go and spoil the first wife to the second wife, and then she comes in, the second wife comes in, exactly like an angel, and the Gabriel, she's coming, feeling so gangalia.
The first wife.
Exactly.
Sometimes you know the first wife is not even like that. It's just because he wants your attention. That's
So
why he has come
he had
to tell
to
you
badmouth
the
her.
first wife is like
Yeah.
for you to
Oh my God.
like very special and things.
And you know how I call some of these men, and I know some of them will be watching me now. You know, if you're watching me and then you go and spoil your first wife, okay? You go and spoil your first wife to another woman you want to marry. I think, I mean, in Chi they say, "Wano monyom." I mean,
Oh.
"Wano monyom."
Exactly.
Let's
'cause
just be
you
like,
didn't have anything
Like,
to
if I was
say.
do something you do same to me.
of course. Look, let me tell you, if he's bringing the third woman, you go and spoil you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You need to look sharp.
Yeah, and
'Cause-
just made that small thing now. You when you send your wife out, like so. Right now, when you solve the problem with her, how is the community or how is the society going to see you, like you as an individual?
You'll see as a hypocrite, as a liar.
Exactly.
Solve the problem. Your family members are still seeing her like that kind of person that you claim she is.
Exactly.
That kind of thing. And people nowadays, people don't even have time to come and listen to the other side of the story. Whatever their friends or family tells them, that's what
They are
is
done.
in their
That's
mind.
it.
They don't even say, "Oh, like okay, fine, you were with this person. You people were like." You said she was a lovely person. You said he was a lovely person. All of a sudden, why are you saying this person is like this?
Exactly.
The thing happened. They are not even going to ask all those questions, or they are just going to judge you based on what the person has said, like at that moment, and it doesn't even make any sense.
And I think even if she's having problems, she's the woman you are interested in is not the one you should be telling.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
She's not the one you should be telling. What she should do for you?
Forgetting that
And she comes like gangalia. So, and disrespect your first wife, and then you are happy.
Insult them like you cry.
Exactly. Mhm.
And that's why I cry. Your husband chose me.
Yeah.
That's why I cry. That's why. No, come on. And you are happy.
So the problem comes from the men.
The men,
Exactly.
yeah.
No, that's the truth. That is the truth. Mostly, I always say that from the small, studies that we've done. Okay, our case study shows that most of these problems are from the men. One, some do not qualify to marry. Like I said, she married the next wife just to punish the first.
Yeah.
So the issue of qualification. Okay, you now maybe you are living in a rented apartment or something like that. And then you go and bring another woman. Are you going to rent for the second woman or something like that? Do you understand? So some of these things come from, and I like I mentioned earlier on, I don't like talking about these topics because everyone takes their share. Sometimes it's from the scholars, the imams.
How?
If I'm an imam, a man comes to me, I want to marry second wife. Do you understand? You need to make sure that he qualifies
Yeah.
before you go and officiate
Grant
the
him.
marriage. Exactly.
Question.
No. They don't ask. They don't ask.
The man, it's up to you to evaluate yourself to know if you will be able to.
Oh no, there he is doing it to punish another woman. So
He doesn't care. He just going.
The imam, and the imam does not even know his net worth, or like this man, he has one.
Are you
car, or
capable
something. Are you
of-
capable of? Do you have your own house or blah blah blah? The
You
imam,
just bless the marriage fine.
Exactly. We've seen instances whereby there's a man, you are living with one woman, you're not doing any job, proper job. This woman was selling cocoa, and then she was feeding you. You understand? And then she was feeding this man. Exactly. She was taking care of him because he was not doing any job. You understand? She was taking care of him. This man, he hit small and I said he's going to marry.
Oh.
And then even the house they were living in, some single room, you didn't even upgrade where your shelter, you didn't upgrade it. He said you are going to marry second woman. You don't even think of doing business.
Like invest something to bring more money.
You see, and then this man goes to see the imam. And then the imam will not be like, oh, let me give you a good advice. brother. Let me advise you. Go and do this. And he will just take his I don't want to mention the amounts that they take when they are officiating some of this marriage because it's very embarrassing.
Very, very, very,
Very embarrassing.
very, very.
And they'll be fighting over it sometimes. Do you understand? I like you understand? Yeah, they are fathers, they are.
Sometimes they'll come because they know that they themselves, they are not like so fit to them. They'll say, oh, they just want a simple marriage. They just want them to do it in
You
the
see,
box and
Kaibashi.
Obwa, it's a lie.
they don't want to see, they want
It is something so
something small. They don't owe just
Exactly.
family members. They won't even tell anybody.
Just like the sunnah.
And the woman too, she doesn't. She's
Gangalia, she's coming. She's coming too. She's coming. Exactly. I remember.
later they'll do their part.
You see, but you see, sometimes when you go to some of these Muslim countries, like Sharia countries, Charlie, before you even marry one, you are not going to marry somebody's daughter to go and make her suffer.
And the money, the gold, and things like
Sometimes I wish I was in those countries.
Silly. Talkers of marrying, like going to marry 2 wives. You understand? You now they'll have to come and look at what you do, what you've been able to do, blah blah blah. I had I guess some 2 people. Sometimes look, let me tell you something, it's very embarrassing that some of the marriages we go to officiate, it is there now, then they'll say, okay, you act as the woman's father. I'm serious.
So like the woman's biological father will
No,
not be
he
there,
will be
no?
there.
Mhm.
He will be there, but sometimes they feel like out of respect, she lets her uncle or somebody.
Someone who is like
Oh,
of higher status.
Yes.
see, they like the uncle.
Uncle, yeah, that's not bad actually.
Mhm.
But I have seen marriages, and then those who go, they will attest to the fact, that even those who do this marriage, they know, you go to the marriage, and then we have in Islam, marriage is conducted by 6 people. And then these 6 people are the lady's guardian or father, and then 2 witnesses. The man's guardian or father, and then 2 witnesses. These are the 6 people. And so marriage is actually like a contract too in Islam.
Yeah.
It's just like you go and sign a contract somewhere. So we have the owner, or you are awarding someone a contract, or who is being awarded.
Yeah, this is the rules and everything.
Exactly. And then you have witnesses come
And then
and
sign
sign.
it.
It's just like a contract. So it's the father. Okay, I'm the father, and then I've given my daughter, okay, to the ladies, to the husband or the man's father, okay, as an amana. It's a contract. So I've awarded her. You understand? To him. Then he gives the child, his son. Do you understand? And then we have 2 witnesses. They witness. But sometimes you go to some of these marriages, I'm telling you, and then there's, okay, so you'll be first witness. Okay, you'll be second. Wallahi. That is how terrible the whole thing is. So you'll be first witness, you'll be second witness. Okay. Kema kazama sheda na biu kaji. Alaji Garba. You'll be second. So sometimes, honestly, I go for some of these marriages, and then we do the talking. So we do the announcements. We have what we call the A-line. The A-line is the contract. Okay, so you read it. Okay, so Alaji Kaza gave his daughter's hand in marriage. So we read it. Me, I tell them that, look, you are the parents and the witnesses. So if there is a problem, you are the first people that these children need to come to.
Mm-hmm.
They need to come to you. So you, the man, you sat there, and then they officiated the marriage, or they tied the knots. Okay? And then you saw the witnesses. And then you had problem with her, and you went to tell the second one.
Second one, yeah.
So she should, so women, please, give me the tips. So when she comes to you, or when he comes to you, tell him to go and tell the witnesses. Tell him to go and tell his father that he has a problem with his wife. Do you understand? Tell him to go and tell the witnesses. And then some of these people today witness the thing. Yeah, second, like I'm talking about second wife. I'm not even talking about first wife. Okay, they witness the thing, and then they don't even have the man's contact. They don't even have the woman's contact. They don't know their whereabouts. Do you understand? But you are the same people who are supposed to be solving problems. Because that's for me, whether I like it or not. Yeah, if you like it or
So
not.
can you choose anyone to be your witness?
Yes, you can.
Like, I mean, someone you know. Like,
Of course, you have to. That is how it's supposed to be done.
so that when there's a problem or there's an issue,
Of
you
course,
go to them.
you go to them, so they come together. So maybe you have your side, 3 people. That's your father, and then the 3 witnesses. He has his father, and then the 2 witnesses. So if there is an issue at all, their witnesses come to meet your witnesses or something like that. They sit and judge, or they call you guys. They advise you. Do you understand? That is when they have to bring the imam in or something. Fine. Do you understand? The imam, normally what you see that people come and sit down, and then that's just the imam to do the announcements, so that when someone sees him and her, they know that it is legal. Do you understand? It is not something like illegal something. No. It is legal. That is legally wedded wife or husband, exactly. So I think that's the reason why most women hate polygamy is because of the way men carry the whole thing.
Exactly.
Because of the way men carry the whole thing. But polygamy is something accepted Islam. The Quran give you the mandate if you qualify. The underlying word here is qualify. If you qualify. Like I mentioned earlier on, there are some men who do not even qualify to marry one. Exactly. If you qualify, now you meet those standards, then you can marry. But issues of failing there is in the heart. Exactly. I don't know if I've explained it enough. Exactly. That's the issue of polygamy.
Very
exactly.
beautiful.
So when the men do it very nice, okay. I was listening to one of my mentors, one scholar, and he was like, you know what? When you have more than one wife, let's say you have 4 wives, okay, and then you're a businessman, you go on trips and things, and then you normally want to go with your wife or something. I won't just come now. Ushama, come, we are going. Or maybe Huda, come, we are going. No, you don't do that. It's be fair. Now, so what you do is like there'll be this plotting or whatever. You write maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you understand? In a paper, you fold it, and then they pick. Maybe if it's number 1 that is going, so whoever picks 1, then you go with her. Now, wait. Okay.
So meaning the rest will not go?
Yes. Wait. On that trip. Wait. I'm coming. I'm not done.
Okay.
I'm not done. Okay. You wait. You are going for a trip. Okay. So this time around, okay, maybe every year you go for Umrah. Okay, so you won't say that, okay, so every year I'll just, because when I'm working with her, there will be attention, so let me go with this one. No, you don't do that. So you come and you do that thing, you ballot. After the balloting, then whoever wins, you go with her. Now what happens is that the following year, if you are going for Umrah or Hajj, okay, if you are doing the balloting, the one who went will not be part.
Okay. It makes sense.
You understand? She wouldn't be part.
Yeah.
Then
the following year,
the 2 will not be part.
Okay.
The last one, they automatically. In fact, you can start preparing from this year because you know that next year is your turn. You see how just Islam is.
Yeah.
But sometimes the men do not understand. They don't learn. They don't make inquiry. I want to punish my woman. I want to do this. Yes. Bad, yes. But, how do you say bunny? Bad feelings. Or bad attractions. They're attractive. Too much. You don't learn. You need to learn about some of these things. How to handle 2 women at the same time. And you need to be smart. Because imams, if somebody is damp, you don't have to, give them the opportunity to marry 2 women. Because women, excuse me, like you guys are problematic. You understand? Like so you need a smart man to handle women. Do you understand?
But men are problematic too.
Yeah, men are problematic. But women, we have some men. Like someone was like, I normally don't like using this word, but like, but someone was like, God created women, but he instead doesn't understand women. You understand? Like
it's not fair.
Like like I mentioned, I normally don't like using it, but sometimes they do some things that you think you don't understand.
Men too. I think it's
exactly. That's why I say that you need smart men to take care of you. Do you understand?
Don't be shouting. Don't shout that.
Oh yes, yeah. Sometimes it happens, like issues of shouting like this. You don't even know when you shouted. You understand? And sometimes in our zongo, but is when you see in our zone where you know we always want to do things karfi. You understand?
Exactly.
Karfi.
Especially
I want to
men.
control her. Who is she? I'm the man of the house. I'm the this.
I think it starts from home because they
Exactly.
grow up and see their
Yeah.
fathers doing the
Exactly.
same thing. So
You know, I remember one of my sermons a few weeks ago. I was like, you know, sometimes we've grown to see that, like, as a man, a father, like a Zongo father, when you are coming to the house, the moment the man gets to the gates, now then he will just clear his throat. Then he clear his throat. Just imagine, like, just imagine. I've got exactly.
it's very
Clear it. Then everyone is attention. Commander is back. Charlie Bad. Come on. And I was telling them,